Why it's so hard to succeed, the survivorship bias.
Introduction.
In today's media-saturated world, we're constantly bombarded with stories of success. Whether it's chart-topping DJs, best-selling authors, or tech billionaires, these narratives of triumph can be both inspiring and misleading. They often lead us to believe that success is more common and more achievable than it really is. This phenomenon is known as survivorship bias, and understanding it is crucial for anyone aspiring to achieve their goals. The illusion of ubiquitous success. Let's consider the story of Mike, an aspiring DJ. Everywhere Mike looks, he sees successful DJs. Their faces grace magazine covers. Their music plays in malls, gyms, and personal playlists. Social media is filled with their glamorous lifestyles. This constant exposure creates an illusion that success in the DJ world is common and easily attainable. Motivated by these success stories, Mike decides to pursue a career as a DJ, believing his chances of making it big are high. The reality behind the glamour. What Mike doesn't see, however, is the vast burial ground of failed DJs. For every successful DJ headlining festivals and topping charts, there are thousands who never make it past their first nightclub gig. The harsh reality is that the probability of achieving significant success in this field is extremely low. This disparity between perceived and actual success rates is not unique to the music industry. It's a pattern that repeats across various fields.
The literary world.
For every best-selling author, there are 100 published writers whose books never sell. Behind each of those are 100 more who wrote a book but couldn't find a publisher. And behind those are another 100 with unfinished manuscripts. This creates a staggering ratio. For every one successful writer, there are potentially 1 million unsuccessful ones.
Other fields.
Similar patterns can be observed in
entrepreneurship, professional sports,
acting and modeling,
visual art.
Understanding survivorship bias. Survivorship bias is the logical error of focusing on people or things that survived a selection process while overlooking those that did not. In the context of success, it means we tend to concentrate on successful individuals or ventures, ignoring the vast majority that failed. Why does this bias occur? Media focus. Success stories are more interesting and marketable than tales of failure. Visibility. Successful individuals and ventures are more visible by nature. Human psychology. We're naturally drawn to positive outcomes and tend to ignore or forget about failures. The dangers of survivorship bias. 1. Overestimating chances of success. When we only see success stories, we tend to overestimate our own chances of succeeding in a given field. 2. Misattributing causes of success. We may attribute success to factors that aren't actually critical, simply because they're common among visible successes. 3. Ignoring valuable lessons from failures. By not examining failures, we miss out on crucial insights that could improve our own chances of success. The myth of universal success strategies. A common manifestation of survivorship bias is seen in articles and books that promise success through emulation of successful people's habits. Titles like 5 Surprising Habits All Successful People Have or 4 Things Ultra-Successful People Do Differently are ubiquitous. The problem with this approach. Ignoring the unsuccessful majority, these strategies ignore all the people who might have applied the same habits but didn't succeed. Overlooking unique circumstances. Each success story involves unique factors like timing, luck, or personal connections that can't be replicated. Correlation versus causation. The habits of successful people might be effects of their success rather than causes. The college dropout fallacy. A classic example of survivorship bias is the narrative around successful college dropouts like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Their stories are often used to suggest that passionate, smart individuals should consider dropping out to pursue their business ideas. The hidden reality. This advice ignores the thousands of students who dropped out to pursue business ideas and failed. The successes of Gates and Jobs are exceptional cases, not the norm. How to navigate survivorship bias. 1. Seek out failure stories. Actively look for and learn from stories of failure. They often contain valuable lessons and provide a more balanced view of any field.
Zweiter Question Success Narratives.
When hearing about a success story, ask, what factors might have contributed that aren't mentioned? How many others tried the same approach and failed? 3. Consider base rates. Look at the overall statistics in a field, not just the standout successes. 4. Be wary of one-size-fits-all advice. Recognize that strategies that worked for one person may not be universally applicable. 5. Embrace a balanced perspective. Learn from both successes and failures. Understanding both sides provides a more complete picture. The value of passion and persistence. While it's important to be aware of survivorship bias, it shouldn't completely discourage pursuit of one's passions. The story of Mike, our aspiring DJ, illustrates this. Despite learning about the low odds of success, Mike continues to pursue his passion for music. He adjusts his approach, learning from both successful and failed DJs. He recognizes that success isn't everything and shouldn't be the sole end goal.
Conclusion.
Understanding survivorship bias is crucial for setting realistic expectations and making informed decisions about our goals and careers. It reminds us that the path to success is often more complex and challenging than it appears from the outside. However, this understanding shouldn't lead to pessimism or inaction. Instead, it should encourage a more balanced and realistic approach to goal setting, appreciation for the process and journey, not just the end result, continuous learning and improvement, regardless of immediate outcomes. By keeping survivorship bias in mind, we can pursue our passions with both enthusiasm and realism, understanding that while success may be rare, the pursuit itself can be rewarding. Remember, success isn't always about being at the top, it's about finding fulfillment in what you do and continually striving to improve.